right. IG is checking connection, letting people know that we are here. Hi, guys. Insert Andrew Caldwell voice. Andrew. Andrew Caldwell, you hear me talking to you. When you going to unblock me, sweetie? I ain't do nothing that bad to be blocked. All right, we just waiting for. All right, Dex, I see you there. Here we go. Hey, everybody, checking in. Love art, lovered. Child, you know I can't read. 9294. I see my baby brother is on. Hi, Say. Makeup junkie girl. Hi, Dex.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How's everybody in the comments? I'm going. It's been an afternoon. Mm-hmm.
It's been great for me. I put myself first today. You know,
Yes.
you know how Jaheim has that song, you got to put that woman first. I put Dexter Stuckey first today, and it felt great.
Yes.
And
Come on, Dex.
it was weird. I woke up, I had a mindset of just being on top of stuff and just like not getting stressed out about stuff, specifically work wise. And I just handled everything that came to me.
That's good. It's so funny. Continue. I'm sorry.
What I didn't do though is prep for this apparent storm that we're having because I didn't think that it was going to actually happen. So I have no idea what's for dinner tonight. Probably bologna. Last week I don't know if I told you about this, but last week I did a challenge where like I would only eat things that are sustainable for a long period of time. So like I bought bologna, I bought soup, and I bought like the ramen noodle packets.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of hard to live off that kind of stuff. Like I don't necessarily see how people do it because it's not like my favorite things to eat. However, like I made it pretty much somewhat sort of by eating that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Dex, do I look fine to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're a little blurry, but I don't know if it's my signal. And I'm looking outside, child. This rain is coming. All
Yeah, it's dark outside now.
right, I guess we'll continue this as long as we can. Let's just pray we keep power. I'm charged up. Is y'all phone charged? Your phone charged? Because I know how you do, Dexter.
What?
Yep. You be like, he'll be getting on this live. Dexter will get on this live talking about, I only got 2% left. I ain't got no charger.
I don't know why that happens though. You know what? Like the thing is like, because we do it at 6, so we do it like after like we finish working, and I just don't
Yeah.
think about it until like 3 minutes before. Then I plug it in. And it's like, oh, okay, well, but no, my bar is full. I don't know where it's at, but it looks full.
Okay. Hi, Darmindy from Delaware. I see my girl Trey on there. Ashtray, what's for dinner? You know she cooking. Just ride down there and get you a plate. Trey probably got something good too.
Well, they can't go outside. Like you can't drive in the storm. That I didn't.
That's true. Look, and Trey is down in Maryland, so we ain't no plate worth driving in the storm for that.
Now hear like the rain and stuff like that. Well, I'll just jump right into like the local stuff. So there's a couple things that's going on. There's one restaurant owner who is in some hot water in Philadelphia. I'm gonna mess up the name, so I'm not even gonna try to say the name. Whatever. I'm not gonna mess up the name, but basically what happened was the restaurant owner and her boyfriend got into a car, like a shared, what is it? What do they call a ride
It's an
share?
Uber.
An Uber, yeah. But I was trying to give the correct term. What do they call them, like ride shares or whatever?
Yeah, ride share things.
Yeah. So they tried to get into Uber, and then when she got in, she immediately said, "Whew, they got you white." The driver said, "What?" She's like, "They got you white, English, and you're white and everything." The driver was like, "That's not cool. That's not cool. That's racist. Like, you can get out of my car." And he's it's within his rights to do that. So he kicked her out of his car. And as she's getting out, I don't even think her boyfriend actually got in the car yet, but he screamed out and called the guy an N-word lover, but he said the word.
Yeah.
And since then, this is in Philadelphia, and you know how Philadelphia is.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's so far out ways from Philadelphia. Like, let's be.
It's Pennsylvania, I believe. I think it was Pennsylvania and not Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's not too far though, but yes.
with that being said, that people found out about this situation, it's gone viral. They then decided to go onto Yelp and just ruin the restaurant. Like the reviews are so bad that like if you even came across this, like if you've known about it before, maybe you'll go to the restaurant. But if you're looking for a new place to go to and you saw that and you go there, you eat roaches because they are killing these people with the reviews. And I can't say that I feel bad for them.
It is the greatest thing ever. So let me go check and like just Google it real quick, see what people are saying. Child, that Yelp review, when you first get on Yelp, if you guys want to test it after the show, look up let me just look at the name of the actual. What is it called, Dex?
Last Fossil.
Yes. Last Fossil Bar and Restaurant. So look it up on Yelp. The picture that you will see when you get to Yelp, it's a pile of shit.
Yeah.
And what makes it even better, because I think what makes it great, because when you go to look up a business and you see everybody usually goes to see what the food looks like. There's something on there that looks like it was supposed to be a burger or something, but it resembles the pile of shit that's on their page. So
bad. It's terrible. But I mean, it goes on to say, like, people are finding ways to fight back when it comes to like racism and bigotry in this country. Now, with that being said, we have to move over to this weekend, which was full of mass shootings. There were three or four mass shootings that happened. There was one in Buffalo, there was one in California, there was one in Texas, and they're all targeting different groups of people. But I feel like a lot of people are not addressing these shootings. And like I think they're all horrific, they're all horrible, but that Buffalo one really sticks out to me. And what's kind of crazy about the Buffalo one, to me specifically, like just from the details of it, is that, there was a boy, he's 18 years old, he traveled about 3 hours to get to this specific grocery store in Buffalo, which is said to be highly populated with African Americans. There was a manifesto written where he spoke into details about how he dislikes Black people, and he feels like he as a white man is being replaced by African Americans. And there is a big theory that goes along with this as well that they talk about often. Now, my issue with this, to be honest with you,
the race replacement theory is what you're referring to.
Mm-hmm. My issue with this, outside of it actually happening and 10 people being killed, some of these people were like in their 70s or 80s, and like today as I'm watching the news, they kind of profiled the people. That's heartbreaking. Like just to see some of those people, like
one is the ex-police officer too,
who tried to help out. Like he actually tried to help out, help the people who were being attacked. He tried to help them out. One of the things that kind of bothered me about this is that, like, in our society, we're very vocal people. We like to talk a lot. And after that Oscar slap, I was bombarded with people wanting to talk about that Oscar slap. And I remember personally just like not feeling comfortable talking about it, not wanting to talk about it. But a lot of those same people are not saying anything about this at all. Like they're not talking about it. They're not mentioning it. And like
maybe they're not traumatized. Like they said with Will Smith, they traumatized them. So maybe this one doesn't.
And that was my problem, because like the Jim Carreys, the Wanda Sykes, the Amy Schumers, like these are people who were mortified, traumatized, didn't know what to do with themselves, lost all respect. Those are people who are silent about this situation now. And this is something that's really serious in our country, where people are actually being killed. But you guys are up in arms about a slap on an entertainment stage. But when it comes to this, which is I think is something real, you're very silent about it. And that I think is very telling too.
There's so many things. It's so funny because I don't want to say I'm numb to this, because I'm not numb to it at all, but I'm just very tired of it. We'll get into the race thing, a bit of it, but overall, one of the biggest issues is gun control here. And this is a person who's a gun advocate, and I love,
I don't think the gun control argument is even worth bringing up here. I just don't.
No, but not here. But there's other stuff I'm going. Overall, gun control is a problem. Yes, this boy is racist, but if he went in there with a machete or a knife, not saying the intent, of course, he's going to kill, but it's easier when people are easier targets when you're walking into a facility with an AR-15, and you don't even have to have a real aim.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that I just think it's pointless. like this isn't the first, second, third, 17th time that this has happened with these types of guns, like at all. Like it's just like this is so consistent with these guns, and I think that it's gotten to a point where like these things happen, and then the gun control conversation comes up, and then it goes away. They're not going to do anything about these guns. Like they're just not going to. If you remember back to like 2013, 14, when they killed those kids at that school, if you didn't do anything about gun control then, like you're not going to do it now. Like it's not going to happen. And that's the part where I think it's almost insulting to talk about gun control, because we're talking about it until we're blue in the face. And I agree, like it's definitely a problem, but they're not going to do anything about it. And I think the root
There's a lot of stuff they're not going to do stuff about. They do stuff about what they want to do stuff about. Let's be clear. Joe Biden just sent Ukraine, what, total $80 billion was the last thing that I've heard.
Yeah.
We had
money that he's sending them to is going to for them to buy weapons as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, I just don't think we're a country that cares enough about violence to do something to curb gun control.
Of course we don't, because we make too much money off of violence. Think of Hollywood. The whole thing was built up. The originator was built up for violence. And that's what the world, unfortunately, knows about the U.S. But it's up to the citizens, like, what is going to happen to enact real change? Like, do we need, and I don't want to put this out here, but will there be a conversation about it when the gun issues show up in these politicians' neighborhoods? Like what, and when it affects your family? Like it's very frustrating to be an American today and to even have pride in being an American when we see all this mess going on. It's very depressing, and I myself try not to get caught up in that. Like I try to really not watch the news like that, but something's got to be changed. Come on. Like, this is getting ridiculous.
And this is talking about it on the national level, how guns are a problem on the national level. If you go back, like you mentioned the news, if you go and you bring this back down locally, Philadelphia is up in murders as well. Like, there's like 13 people killed over the past weekend. It's
and on
very
top of that, I'm sorry, continue.
No, I was just saying it's very consistent, and like people are not gonna, they don't want to.
And on top of that, right now, one of our senators, Dave McCormick, he's running, which I'm like, after this just happened, this thing in Buffalo, why is this man running ads promoting guns? And basically the ad is, we call our mother Annie Oakley. That's her name. And as long as you vote for us, guns won't be an issue for you. We're going to keep our guns. This is a problem. It's embarrassing. It's a slap in the face that even right after that, they're still running these political ads. I just feel like America's playing in our faces right now, our politicians. Like,
it's a little odd too, because like there are a lot of ads that are running currently, and the stuff that they say, like it's almost like, wait, isn't that a good thing? Like there's Maureen McCormick or something like that, her name is, like she said, they were like, you know, she supported the George Floyd protests, and she said that she is anti-Trump, and that's the whole ad. Like that's it. Like that is the only negative things that they're saying about her. And it's kind of like, you would think that most people would be like, yeah, that's a good thing. But there are a lot of people who hear that ad and they're like, no, I don't want to fool with nobody who supported George Floyd. I don't want to fool with nobody who doesn't support Donald Trump. And like a lot of people hear something about the gun stuff and they think that people are trying to take their guns away. So if you're a pro-gun and you're advocating for guns, they're like, you got my vote because I don't want my guns to be taken away. And to be honest with you, like we look at the Buffalo situation, I think the same, you and I, but there are people who look at this differently than the two of us do. Like we look at it like this situation should have never happened. Like there's no reason that a gun down in a grocery store. That's how we look at it. Other people look at that like these people would not have been gunned down if they had guns of their own. And there's just two sides to it. And a lot of people who believe that in guns believe that if these people had guns, which by the way, the one security officer did have a gun, if these people had guns, they would still be alive. And then there's an argument on both sides about that. And that's the reason why there are so many people who advocate, like politicians who advocate for guns as well.
Right. Great points, Dexter. Assyria says we have to vote because Republicans take over our democracy. It will be worse. And I hate to say that, but because they are so hardcore pro-gun, get out and vote, guys. If this doesn't tell you anything right before a damn election, I don't think anything will. I mean, last week they wanted to scare us with the Roe versus Wade.
Well,
and if you ask me,
there is that too. Like
yes.
A lot of people now have they're saying that this Buffalo thing is like fake.
You know what? That needs to stop. That needs to stop.
They're saying that it's like it was a staged attack or whatever because, I mean, look at it. It happens right before an election, before a bunch of people are saying that they're not going to vote. So now you have the Democrats who are going to be like, I'm anti-gun, and then people who are also anti-gun are going to go out there and vote. I mean, you did just say if this doesn't make you want to go out and vote, I'm not
nothing will. But I mean, if this, again, going back to if this is a conspiracy theory, who really is going to benefit from this? For me, I just feel like when it's a lot, we're talking about, these are real lives in the balance. People's lives have been cut short, unfortunately. So that's why I say, when it comes to that, I hate when people do that conspiracy theorist thing. If there's no lives in the balance, I get it. Remember when George Floyd happened, we know the media will try to curtail things, to sway things. Remember they put that thing out there, the little boy who was standing in front of like the police and like looked like he was crying. I'm sorry.
Did he have like a flower or something like that?
Yes, he had like a flower, had this outfit on, and of course it tugged at the heartstrings of the viewers, the world watchers. But somebody said, hold on, wait a minute. I ain't never seen no little boy dressed like that. Like, what is going on? And then come to find out the whole shit was staged so they can play on people's emotions. So for stuff like that and like Roe versus Wade, like, I'm for that, to call that a conspiracy theories, but I don't want people calling what that is, because it's a slap in the face for people who have lost family members, people who have lost their lives. So I don't even want to, this is real life.
But if you think about it though, like just look at how you're reacting to that. If I'm going to make a conspiracy theory, if I'm going to do something, there has to be some type of casualty or something like that. There has to be something to get people emotionally invested. Like for instance, when the Sandy Hook, when those kids got killed at Sandy Hook, those were actually kids who got killed, and the conspiracy theory behind it was this is a whole gun control thing. They're just doing this and they're putting this out there so people could like be anti-gun. Like they were so serious about that, and they kept saying that. And honestly, like I was really like anti-gun at this point. I'm like, this is horrible. We got to ban these guns or whatever, because kids got killed. Like this was horrible to me. I don't think there was a conspiracy or anything like that, but it definitely did tug at the heartstrings, and it definitely get me going. So like, whether it's conspiracy or not, like it definitely works.
I mean, so the conspiracy theory with real life Dill. Hey, Dill, the conspiracy theory with Sandy Hook is that no kids actually got killed. I know.
They were saying, and I spent a lot of time on YouTube with them. They were saying that it was all like staged and fake and stuff like that. And then they were showing like the people that were involved who were in other crisis situations and all this stuff like this. If I'm not mistaken, I think the parents sued somebody over that too, and they won.
Oh, yeah, remember, I forgot about that.
Yeah, something happened with that. I mean,
because it's sensitive to do that.
But the internet is a very insensitive place too. I mean, at the end of the day, this guy who did this in Buffalo, he live streamed it. And there was also this other attack in California at a church, and I believe it was an Asian man, and I think it was an Asian church too. And he drove quite some distance to get there as well to do that. And then there was also an attack, and I believe in Texas, at an Asian.
It's scary times that we're living in. And somebody said you can't go to a grocery shopping or go to church. We couldn't we been couldn't go to school. Like, it's real life deal. Yeah, Alex Jones is going bankrupt over it.
And you can also add the movie theaters to that as well.
Yeah. Hey, photo boy, one, how you doing, honey? Yeah, it's just, oh God, everybody pray, do what's best for you. It's just, it's unsettling times. I mean, with that, and not even with gun control, and then what we brought up, Roe versus Wade, and just things that are happening in this country. So now they're sitting here trying to stop abortions, but we got a whole formula shortage, and the formula shortage is due to on the added to what was already short due to coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now there's a shortage because back in February, unfortunately, two babies have lost their lives. They were parents fed them formula. They contracted a bacterial infection. So, and what am I trying to say? The formula was traced back to the plant in Michigan, which they've shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just where we are from what I'm hearing right now. They are limiting baby formulas in some stores to 3 per purchase, and that's that. I know with this going on, a lot of people, because of course people are very insensitive. Well, if the baby formula, that's what you got breast milk for. But a lot of women don't produce. You don't know how they're producing. A lot of babies might not even be accepting of the breast milk. They could be an allergen to it. So it's just, we're unsettling times with the damn, with the inflation happening. We're unsettling times, so everybody just pray.
Now let me just say this. I do think that we have to give you guys like the real news that's going on or whatever, but like we always try to be really fun and really positive here on this show too. And we're gonna move to the positive side. And it was weird because I'm listening to Toya and I'm getting emotional and I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna transition. Then Miss Sirius wrote in the comments, what kind of lip gloss are you guys using? Because both of y'all lips are popping. It's crazy. I just got in the shower, so I put on cocoa butter or coconut oil, one of them, and I just did a full the full just like that, right, to rush real quick. I didn't realize the lips was a little.
You sure you ain't get? I mean, I got Fenty. You sure you ain't use that? You can tell the people because Fenty make men products too. They make a little male lip gloss.
No makeup.
No makeup. You gotta do the hair tuck though. You gotta do the Caldwell hair tuck. Do it. No, you gotta do this. I did that when I opened the show. Yeah, so we'll get into the fun now. Interesting thing is, Dexter, me and you talked about this a little while ago, but there's another one that's been added to the mix. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but if you've been going out to the markets lately, there's been a lot of new products on the shelves. One that I noticed a few weeks ago, there's a new type of breakfast treat, an option. So we have Fruity Pebbles syrup, we have Fruity Pebbles pancakes. What did I say? This morning I saw there's a new cereal, and it's a Tropicana Crunch. So basically it's a cereal that tastes like orange juice to be consumed in the morning. And then also I saw, and I think you guys highlighted this on the Bro Talk Live, where Flaming Hot Cheetos Mountain Dew.
So we did the challenge last week. We did. Toy, man, you should do that too. Well, actually, I'm not going to do it again. But they have a Mountain Dew, and it's a flaming hot Mountain Dew. So like the flaming hot Cheetos mixed with Mountain Dew, essentially. And I think for my podcast, like we decided, like, let's just try this out. Let's do it together. And we did the challenge. Guys, if you see a flaming hot Mountain Dew in the store, just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. It's like the stupidest thing I've ever probably done. And it's just like, yeah, this wasn't worth it. It burns all up in here, all up in your chest. I'm going to post the video at some point this week of us doing that challenge. But also I saw that there's Goldfish with Old Bay seasoning on them. And I'm like, I'm not opposed to that.
Because you eat crab legs on a regular basis. Your cousins, your crab eating cousins, they are for, what's the issue?
the thing is, like, I don't always knock these products. Like, while I don't think that we need to have Cinnamon Toast Crunch pancake mix, I did grow up eating the Reese's peanut butter cereal. And if you think about it, at that time, that was probably our parents saying, like, ew, you don't put candy in cereal. But they were amazing.
Our parents started all of this. We talked about this a week ago. Like, and y'all would get mad at us, but y'all are the Hot Pocket generation that raised us on these things. You guys introduced us to Tostinos, pizza rolls, and things like that.
They started it, but like everything else, we took it too far. Like, we took it too far. Like, again, Flaming Hot Mountain Dew. We took it too far. And Oreo has been like the leader in this. When they start making Peeps Oreos and like licorice Oreos, like, we have to stop allowing people to do this kind of stuff. We have to cut it out, y'all. We really do.
It's got to stop. America, between the guns and this nasty ass food we are pushing out, we're not looking very great in the eyes of the world right now. We're looking very low budget. It's looking very ghetto over here.
We want to talk about theory. That's what we should be focusing on. Like, I don't think Black people are going to replace any races. I think the food we be eating is going to replace all of us. Like, that's what we got to focus on.
Thank you.
Right. When we start deep frying Oreos and Snickers, that's when it really started. We started deep frying them Oreos, deep frying Snickers, and it's been hell since then.
Now, millennials, or the youngin' one, we got to take credit for that. Because like you said, we jacked it up on steroids. Who the fuck was sitting in the house and said, I wonder what it would taste like if I fried this Oreo? Like, what fat ass person said, you know what, let's try this out? And then the rest of the people who said, I'm going to follow it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now, I hear they're amazing, but I have like a low-key addictive personality when it comes to foods, so I won't. But trust me, when I was at the carnival a few weeks ago, that line was wrapped, let me tell you. And I considered it, but I said I'm good.
No, I think people be lying, because I've had deep fried Oreos before, and I taste grease. Like, the top of it tastes like cake or whatever, like funnel cake. But then when you bite into it, you get Oreo. You taste grease because the actual Oreo is mushed up in there. Like, it is disgusting. Y'all should not be eating it.
It is too much weight. SL Bro 70 said, yes, fried Oreos are good. I tried them once with a glass of milk.
Deep fried Girl
McLean talking about deep fried Girl Scout cookies. Y'all ain't right. These babies is out here dying. I'm addicted to my 600-pound life, okay? Y'all just signing up for more. And listen, I hate to say it, but as more of them die off, y'all just signing up for more people to get on the show, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, they said they're good if you fry them in Crisco.
No!
Now, that's a throwback.
Listen, you adults, y'all do what you want. Put in your body whatever you want. Please stop giving this mess to these kids. Just go ahead and open up. Do what we used to do. Open up the cabinet and let the kids climb down with the sugar and just let them go off. Why are you deep frying the sugar for these babies?
Now, I will say this, though. Millennials don't do stuff like that. We do not use Crisco. If you use Crisco, you are definitely, what is it, Gen X? Wait, what's the generation right before us? The ones that are ridiculous.
That's the boomers. The boomers. Not so much Gen X.
Who's right under the boomers? Who's that?
I want to say Gen X. Yes, Gen X.
Gen X is the most ridiculous group. You know how I feel about them. They do that stuff. They saw their moms and their dads frying it in Crisco, and they thought it was cute to do. We stopped them. Gen X is the problem with society. You know how I feel about Gen X.
I know. Well, listen, there's certain things I ain't gonna hate when it comes to Crisco, because some things do taste a little better at Crisco. I don't cook with it, but I do know, like, I guess they call it that Crisco shortening. Sometimes if you make like homemade cookies, like I will use it for that because that's just what the recipe entails, and the Crisco tastes better. But the problem is you can't be doing that all the damn time.
Everyone.
But that's our cousins. That is our cousins. So we've actually, I know people are doing this, but there's been some like stories that have been coming out lately, and a lot have been coming from Florida. So here are a couple of fun stories today. Maybe fun for us to read, maybe not be so fun for the persons who are involved. So there was a 26, actually this one was fun for this woman. There's a 26-year-old woman, actually, what, okay, let's get to the 19-year-old. Sorry, it's two different stories out of Florida. So there's a 19-year-old woman named Jania. I forgot what her last name was. Well, Jania, like most of us, you get to a point in your life and you're like, it's time for me to start knocking off some things on my bucket list. So Jania wanted to get a head start on all of this. And she said, you know what? I always wanted to be involved in a high-speed chase with the police. Jania proceeds to get in her car. I believe it started by her running a light, and she just put that pedal to the metal.
What?
And made her dream come true and got herself involved in a high-speed chase, going through multiple towns. The cops, thank God, pulled her over, got her. They were able to stop it, and no one prayerfully lost their lives.
Now, if she goes into the to the jail cells and she pleads insanity, I believe her. Because you got to be insane.
I didn't say no. You never want to do a little dangerous. I mean, most people who want to do dangerous things, they'll go ahead and I want to jump out the plane. Like for me, dangerous is jumping in the middle of the ocean. Like that's my kind of danger. Like open ocean.
Yeah, like jump out the plane, eat with Crisco, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Living on the wild side. But going on a high-speed chase with police officers as an African American in Florida? Okay.
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this girl's a risk taker. So I'm sure there's some company out there somewhere. Go big or go home. You got to take the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, right?
Yeah, she's going to get a very nice reward by being somebody's girlfriend in prison. Speaking of prison and being somebody's girlfriend, do you know the guy who a couple of weeks ago did the shooting on the train in New York? It's like an man from Philadelphia, and he did a shooting on a train in New York.
No.
You know about this story. You guys in the comments know about this story, right? The guy, he was an African-American man. He went to New York.
I'm sorry. Somebody said they're using bacon grease to pop popcorn. God, I might have to try that. Like, go ahead.
You don't remember this story ago? Like, it was a guy, like, it was like a domestic terrorism situation where the guy went to the store.
Yeah, so I don't know if he was from Philly, but he definitely rented an apartment here or a room here.
Yeah. Yes. Well, apparently he is now in jail, and guess who he's best friends with? They hang out together, whatever, in the prisons.
And they're singing.
Yep.
Who is
Yep. Him and R. Kelly are prison besties. Like, what are the odds? So that man probably, and he didn't kill anybody. Actually, he didn't do anything. He just made a fool out of himself. So I guess we can laugh at this situation. This man and R. Kelly are in prison together being best friends. So he may have had a wish too. His bucket list may have been to meet R. Kelly, and wishes are being given out. Like, look, he accomplished it.
What is the best way to meet R. Kelly? Because we know he's not getting out of jail anytime soon. Maybe I should get a job as a probation officer or something, like, or what do they call it? Prison guard. That ain't gonna work. I gotta get right one-on-one with the source. That's the only way it's going to happen. He needs to do duets with somebody in there. Somebody has to be, his tour manager. I'm sure they're booking him from cell block to cell block. Like, somebody has to keep it together. And if it's not him, who is going to be?
Well, this guy he's what a fool.
Didn't Johnny Cash do prison tours? Why can't R. Kelly and Mr. Man do prison tours? You're already there. What's the issue? never forget, now that we're on prison a little bit, this makes me think of my aunt who's in California. Hey, Aunt Lorna. She used to work, well, she might be retired now, but she worked in a prison out there for years, and it was the same prison oh God, what is his name? Not Wayne Brady. Oh God, who was the one? Super freak. It's super freaky. Ow. What's his name? I'm in love with Mary Jane. Yes, Rick James. So she worked in the prison that Rick James was in. Child, she would come in telling us, he can really sing. That voice is powerful. Rick James was in the lunchroom today and he just belted.
All right now. See, now, okay. Like, you said she retired?
I'm sure she's retired now because I was a teenager when she worked for the prison, but and Rick James is gone now, or God rest his soul.
But the last person who was impressed with somebody in the prison close to retirement decided to go do the body of so, okay.
Speaking of that, how she closed out her retirement, did you see the recent story about another 21-year-old prison guard who aided 3 young black guys getting out for a whole day? They was living the time of their lives and they got their dumb ass. Is this the new hustle? I feel like at one point, like the hustle for people for lonely was to get online, and you know they have websites dedicated to if you want to date a prisoner. Now they've upped the ante. They just going for the jobs. Just going straight for the jobs. Thank you. Look in crystal ball. That's my cousin. She said he was Rick James, bitch. Hey, Kurt Word. You see, I had to emphasize the word because Kurt. I've been calling you Kurt Wood in my mind for years now. Since Rona.
It still says Wood. I believe he graduated over the weekend, and I'm positive that the guy. I think he did, and the guy said Kurt Wood because that's his name.
Congratulations, Kurt, and congratulations to all the graduates, upcoming graduates. I think prom season over, right?
No, we're in prom season right now.
Okay, so we're in prom season. Everybody that got something bigger and better to look forward to, congratulations. Y'all are winners. Y'all the real MVPs. And there was another story just really quickly back to Florida. Recently, there was a 26-year-old woman by the name of Brittany Jones. She's actually been a little troublemaker for a few years now, because back in 2017, Brittany was arrested for giving a blowjob in a courthouse during a trial as it was happening, and she was caught on security camera. Recently, another story just came out a couple of days ago. The same woman, she actually was arrested in Florida for breaking into an ex's house and giving him a blowjob till he woke up and saw his peen in somebody's mouth, and he called the cops on her, and she got arrested.
He woke up, saw his private area in his ex-girlfriend's mouth, made her stop, and then picked up the phone while she waited there, called the cops.
Get off of me, you harlot. Get off of me, harlot.
And sit right there while I call the cops on you. Please don't move. So she just sat there. Her mouth was probably open still. So she just sat there. I was like, okay. I'll wait right here. Like, I don't believe it.
You think he let her finish? Or he finished her?
There's no way you let that woman finish or you finish and you still call the cops. Like, that is impossible. You can't do both. Either you gonna call the cops.
Or you can be petty. All right, girl. You broke it, girl. You crazy. You crazy. Yeah, as soon as it's done, 911, you gotta break it.
You know what, though? That does make sense, though, because, it's one of those situations where it's like, you came in, you did your thing, but you gotta go. So instead of him being like, what you about to do? He just said, oh, I know. You about to go. Thank you.
Bitch, I know what you about to do. The shorty page said his peen was like, what the fuck? Dude, come see me. Somebody said, oh, cousin she said he probably called the cops because the current girl came home. Probably. That could have been it too.
And he said, I don't know how this happened. Get off of me.
So this could be a future alibi for men. You get caught cheating, you ain't get caught nothing. Baby, guess what I'm about to tell you? I just had to call the cops to get this bitch. I was walking and minding my business and she gonna come kiss me.
She broke into my pants and pulled it out.
I got to press charges ASAP because I don't cheat on my woman. That is not what goes down over here.
Now, say she's in jail, right? And obviously she's gonna be in the same jail as this 19-year-old that went joyriding. And the girl goes, "Well, what you in for?" "I'm in for joyriding." "What you in for?"
You ain't never sucked it? You ain't never break nobody's house and suck it?
Break into nobody's house and give them it. Then she like,
that ain't never happened to you?
The other girl's like, "No, but let me put that on my bucket list."
I wonder, you know what, they probably was in my aunt's prison too. Maybe she was one of the ones, because my aunt said there used to be the hookers coming in and out. And there was this one crackhead hooker, and she used to say, "See, y'all think I'm stupid. They be calling me stupid because I only charge 25 cents for puss." Y'all, everybody, and her reasoning behind it, everybody got 25 cents. You know how many 25 cents I get?
You know how many 25 cents I get. Wow.
You know how many 25 cents? Everybody got 25 cents. I'm living out here. Open door policy. Insert coin.
Wow. Do you know how many 25 cents I get? Wow. That's gonna be the title
How
of the show.
many
You know
25 cents? Huh?
Hey guys, just so you this live right here, we turn into a podcast afterwards. I think we're gonna keep all of this stuff in there because it's all cold. So when we live here, if you guys are interested tonight, just to hear back or share it with someone else, it's wherever you stream podcasts under Minimum Balance, and that's the name of our podcast. You guys can find it and listen to this, or like I said, share it with somebody else. Everywhere you stream podcasts.
We appreciate you, Angela 9438 said 25 cents. She using a coupon code? That's the rate. Coupon, because she got to keep it just like with one coin. So I guess if she does a discount, it would be 10 cents.
I'm not.
Just give me a dime.
She didn't say she was discounting. She said 25 cents because everybody at least got that.
Well, they true, but if it's a sale, you never run a blowout sale? You ain't never.
Toya, I've never been blown out. No. No.
Okay. All right, we're going to hurry up and wrap this up. A couple of more funny. Well, this is our musical update. There's something that's going around, and I pray this is not the truth, because if there's any truth to this, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to point out, Kurt Wood said 25 cents is the minimum balance.
Come on, Minimum Balance podcast. That's why we rock with y'all. Again, our following might be small, but y'all are engaged. All right, music news update. Back to it. I pray the story is not true, but Keisha Cole got up there, did a little dance, displayed a tattoo that said AB, and she was so happy. Apparently, AB stands for Antonio Brown. Jesus, fix it. This is not the relationship we need right now.
Keisha Cole knows how to pick them. She knows how to pick them. Keisha Cole, and at this point, I don't think it's the guys. I think it's her. I think she's the problem.
You think she's the issue?
It's her. I don't. Guys can't be the problem. At some point, it's you. It's gotta be. It's gotta be
You
you.
know that Keisha, but this ain't it. Keish, this better be promotional and promotional only because Megan and Tori ain't gonna have a damn thing on this relationship if it's true. Megan and Tori, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Andre, whatever his name was, when she burned down that man's house, we ain't seen nothing. So God, please let this not be true. Shorty Page said AB equals
We can't
Cassie.
say it. Yeah,
Well,
Tori, that's a good question. What does Keisha Cole have to promote?
they said something about some new music dropping.
No, remember she said she retired? There's no new music dropping.
Don't they always feel when people don't care?
And didn't she just announce a pregnancy too by somebody else?
I'm praying this is all just around new music. We don't want it. If you gotta do all this, you ain't one of these youngins out here. Keisha, don't do the antics. We don't need this from you. We don't. Okay? I want more from you.
And Antonio Brown, I want more for you too, because you're better than this. Keisha Cole is trouble.
Let's just pray. Maybe. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Remember a couple years ago when Keisha Cole broke into Birdman's house?
Yes.
And gave him head, and then he called the cops.
She did that. It's on Trendex. It's very trendy right now. That's the thing. The bucket list moments. But yeah, let's just pray. I don't want none of this happening. Last week, after we went off, all this stuff blew up about YSL. And no, not the fashion house YSL. It is I guess you want to call them trap gods, what we say, YSL, which, I mean, I guess according to Young Thug, it's been around for years, 20 plus years. It ain't nothing new to this. When they asked him what YSL is, but just recently they got them all on RICO charges. And the two people who we know famously for the group of who are including in this group of YSL is Young Thug and Gunna, which is so sad because Gunna, we just heard about you, babe. Pusha P. Pusha P, man, Push in prison? Like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? You pushing P right to the cell. Why are y'all getting rich and still doing poor, broke things? Why? Please stop doing this.
It's so funny too because like every time I talk to a different person about this, they have a different theory, and this story is probably one of the most entertaining stories that I've come across. I personally, I won't say what I think because people get mad at me if I say what I think, but I am entertained by what everybody else is saying. Like I really am. I'm very entertained by it.
Yeah, because it's just all another thing of conspiracy theories. It's just like, it's got to stop. And then another thing that I saw that was newsworthy, and one of the blogs reported that Gunna, and before he turned to self-fed, he went and, visited his family, made sure his finances were taken care of. Somebody said, y'all need to stop because ain't that what you're supposed to do when you go to jail?
But see, okay, now I'll say what I was thinking. I think black people are ridiculous, and I think y'all are celebrating these people and acting like it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Like these are not those guys, and I want y'all to stop. Like y'all are actually kind of pissing me off a little bit because y'all are doing the most and acting like these are people who are like leaders in our generation. They make music perpetuating these type of stereotypes and music, like bragging about this kind of stuff, and now they're caught up on it, and that's their business and that's their problem. And I'm okay with the music that they make about this stuff being used in the court of law against them.
You're telling on yourself in your music. Stop it.
Just like this.
Stop.
I'm putting this live out, right? Because I'm putting this out. Not my job. I don't think my job should be able to use this against me. But the court should be able to use this against me. If there's something comes up and they were like, you were making fun of people who break into people's houses and give head and stuff like that, I'm guilty of it. I did it. I put it out there. I'm good. I got to deal with the consequences, and I feel like that's what they should have to deal with in this situation. You made money off of it, so why can't you suffer the consequences of your actions?
And when you go by the monikers of Young Thug and Gunna, what you think you're going to be attracting? Positive vibes only?
Wait, and
What's that?
said this. It was either Vin Diesel or Jesus. One of the others said this. They said, when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I'm serious. I said that.
Don't do Jesus like that.
It was.
I would have taken a comparison, not Jesus. Let's bring it down.
I think he said
Trump or Vin Diesel. Which one said it?
No, I'm thinking it's Jesus or Vin Diesel. I don't remember which one, but one of them said it.
It's too much.
You guys let me know if said it.
One of them said it. Okay. All right. And I think we're kind of good after this. I don't know what time it is, what we started, but I'm glad it's not going to be a long ass show like we've done before. There's another thing in music news. The baby. There's a new Twitter account that has popped up because the baby. He's just known that baby been bad. And every week it seems like there's a story that goes on about this bad baby. So somebody took it amongst themselves to say, hey, we should really start following and keeping track of the offenses of the baby. So guys, if you're interested in, and following his journey of crime and crimes against humanity, feel free to pull up on the Twitter account, at the baby problems. And then in the description it says, what the baby oh, the thing was, I can't read my own damn writing. Was the baby a good boy today?
Why didn't we think of that? We got to be more creative. We got to start thinking of stuff like this.
We got to. Our next celebrity who's going through the motions, we're going to think of something. We're going to apply the feature to one of them because I love that.
There is one that comes to mind, but I think right now they're dealing with some medical stuff, so we probably can't make fun of them. But Britney Spears is on my radar.
Oh, God.
Spears. Because a couple weeks ago, Britney Spears said, I'm pregnant. And I said, I don't believe it. It's something about, I don't think so. And then this weekend, they were like, oh, we lost the baby. And I want to tread lightly here, but I don't think so. I think maybe she thought that she may have been, but I really don't think that she really was. I don't.
You ain't never been 2 days late on your period and ran around telling everybody you was pregnant?
Toya, I think that's what it was, though. I think maybe she was a little late, on the time of the month or whatever. May have had one too many chalupas and felt it, But I don't think she
had a little burrito, a little gassy.
I really don't think Britney Spears is pregnant. I think she may have. I think she thinks that she was. I don't think she was, though. I really don't.
She don't know if she coming or going. So that boyfriend could have said, "Tell him you pregnant."
I'm gonna leave it alone because I always put my foot in my mouth. But I'm just saying,
Lord help it. Just prayers for Britney Spears. Prayers for Britney Spears. We will just say that. Hi, Marjan, baby, and I see Jason is on here. Hey, Jason.
Yes.
What is it? FK. What'd you say?
Yesterday was his birthday, FKA Urban. He's hilarious. He does the show Bro Talk With Me, which airs tomorrow. And then he also has his own radio show that airs Saturday mornings on Power 104 at 10 a.m.
Come on. Yes, Jason. Now, I know Jason is one of your best friends, but he really was one of the best parts outside of the wedding of Dexico. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yes, you know me. It's a kiss. I'm.
Yeah, you got to put the all-star cast together.
Like in the middle with my star.
Come on, Miss Marlo Hampton. You got the peach now.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. But he's definitely
Yeah.
He's holding one.
Since we mentioned Housewives real quick in the peaches, I'll just say this. Atlanta is back. I usually stay out of married people's business. Drew Sidora, kick Ralph out that damn house. This is too much.
Toya calls me like literally every Sunday or texts me every Sunday and be like, are you going to watch today? Are you going to watch today? And I swear, it's always something on TV when The Real Housewives is on. And I'm trying to watch because we're supposed to recap for the show and stuff like that. And I always miss it. Yesterday, it must have been a really good episode because my mom called me and she was like, can you turn it on right now? And I was watching the Billboard Awards and she said, why? And when she said that, I thought to myself, I don't know. I really don't watch the Billboard Awards and really have no idea why.
I want you to give a little update since you did watch it. But Drew, this season is shaping up to be very good. And we're only 2 episodes in. It's a mess, a good mess, but a mess. I'm just praying we don't get to the point where the ladies are throwing hands. But Drew, leave that man. Last season, he done took his ass to Tampa. You still don't, you or us, none of us know where the hell that man was at. This month, he out here talking about having sex with his personal assistant, talking about, oh, it was a joke. You explaining it to the guys because the house husbands are calling you on your ish. You trying to make up this excuse. And I'm like, yo, looking right at it and I in disbelief, like, bro, you really are a pathological liar and it needs to stop.
Do you think it's real or you think they're putting it on for TV?
No, I don't want to say that word because that's mean. It's something ain't right. Something ain't right in him. And it's actually the level of lying. It's a problem. And I will say this, Busy Mom, you are correct. She said Drew is a weirdo. They're both, it's something weird about that whole relationship. So, and it's getting to the point now, yeah, it's a little juicy, but it's too weird, and I kind of just want it to go away. But I need her to leave that man, because how about this? We beef, and all of a sudden you're gaslighting. You plan this amazing dinner, everything's, good, cool. She was so happy. But like Drew said, we never really discussed the problem. So, okay, we're set. And I'm going to bring it up not in an argumentative way, but let's somewhat talk about it. And he just snapped on her. You're not going to set this up and not address the issue.
Wait, he planned a dinner for her. They had an issue. He planned a dinner for her, and she came to the dinner and talked about the issue.
Don't do this.
I can't believe because
so we're going
the wrong one, or is he? Because she sounds wrong here.
So like she said, they both a little
but
touched.
We have I planned the dinner for you. We come in, we sit down, we're gonna have the dinner. You're gonna bring up the issue at the dinner?
Somebody said she finished the lobster though. She might have finished the lobster and then brought it up. Or girl, why would you even accept the dinner? Because I'm one of those people. I'm all for peace, okay, but we need to discuss the issue before you because what it is, he's sneaky. He's trying to look like the razzle dazzle in front of the camera. See, look, I did this for you, and you ain't never happy. She bringing this up.
Okay, I can understand.
Yeah, so I think that's where that comes from with them, is that it's like you can tell he was just setting her. Basically, he was setting her up to gaslight her. Don't be doing this trying to sound like, I missed when we addressed the issues that we've had. I'm sorry, Dex, I kept talking because you were cycling and I could not see you. Now you're here again.
Yours is doing the same thing. I get it now. He's probably trying to put on for the cameras, oh, we have this love relationship, no issues or whatever. And she's probably like, no, we got issues. We got to discuss it on camera too. That's interesting. Yeah. Got to be on the same page if they're gonna be on a show like that.
Exactly. But if you watch it, get your ass in there. Do what Miss Vicky said, your mother, and Gary and DJ Gary O, your daddy. Get and watch The Housewife like they told you.
My parents actually do sit up and watch that show together. When I lived with them, we would all watch it together. It used to be a good time for us.
It's a good show. It's a good family bonding show. Now that you're a married man, you can watch. This is why your dad watches it, because you're married. You know it as you use it as a textbook guide of what to do and what not to do to your wife.
Somebody on the Real Housewives to guide me in how to be in a relationship. These people are crazy. I'm good on that. Speaking of crazy, the Billboard Awards were last night, y'all. Diddy was up there, and like Diddy literally has slowly transformed into the old guy who like really didn't finish college, but was always there. He's in a fraternity, but he always wants to show up at the homecoming events. That's Diddy now. Diddy is well beyond. It's over for you. We don't want you here anymore. It was horrible.
Let's be clear, Dexter, though. This is what happens. Old heads. When you get yourself with the young girl, because you know him and Carisha, they together right now, although they really haven't put it out there. So I know you want the young girls. Stay your ass home.
Damn.
Stay home. I'm Carisha. They're going to know that I'm Diddy's girl. We're on the gram. You see it. So I'm going to get the clout when I go to these clubs and show up at these appearances. Baby, you stay home. I'm going to bring you back a plate. You know how you do when you go out and your boo is home and you call, hey, I'm at Chipotle. You want something?
Before we go, I got to tell you, I feel like most of our commenters are women, so maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'll say it. I got a tip for you guys, specifically the guys out there, the married guys out there. I got a tip for y'all at the end of the show. But no, it was just horrible. Like Diddy was just all over the place. He wasn't entertaining at all, and you could tell that he was trying to be. And I think that if it was our generation, if this was maybe like 10 years ago, we would have ate everything he was saying up. We would have loved it. But he's saying stuff 10 years ago, and it's just like, Diddy, like, let's not do this. Then he introduced the City Girls to come out and do a presentation, present an award. The girls can't read. Neither one of them, they could not read. It was insane. Not only could they not read, y'all who watched the show, y'all didn't realize that the girls couldn't read because y'all were too busy noticing that JT's vagina was hanging out, like just front and center on TV. But the girls were trying to read, and I'm like, is it? Damn, like Florida, like y'all got to get it together. That education system is just not doing it.
What is going on?
They did this situation where they honored Mary J. Blige. I didn't care. They did something where I think Janet Jackson introduced her. Didn't even care about that. And then those are probably the only people who I actually knew who were there. Everybody else, I'm like, who are these kids? And like, what are y'all talking about? Travis Scott was there doing whatever it is that he does. It just was, yeah, award shows are dead. And like, I'll be back for the MTV Awards. I'll be back for the BET Awards. I may check out the Grammys. The Oscars are done for me. But I'm done with the award shows. It's done.
We don't need AMAs. We don't need it. And I'm sorry. And especially like you said, you get up there. I think one of the last times I really paid attention to one of them, this was a few years ago. And I was like, I don't know no damn person, not one person up there.
And also, these new stars don't have much personality either. And like we've talked before when we say like they're not that good at performing, like when they do like their live shows and stuff. But like they also, when they are presenting at award shows and being at the award shows, they're not doing much. Like even the ones that we know, like Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion, like they were very boring last night. And it's just this new generation is whack, man. It's
very underwhelming. You don't need to do a lot for them to just give you these praises, so to speak. I'd just be like, all right, if y'all think, I've seen some of these people in concert and I'm like, let me go in the car and stream the album because that's better than this lackluster performance that you just gave up. But y'all keep eating it up. Keep going. Keep investing into it.
Out there singing the only song that she has, and she didn't even do that. Like, this is your big opportunity. I remember back in the day when like Beyonce would get on the stage and like it was an opportunity. I'm gonna kill it. Even Diddy would get on the stage and kill it. Like we were spoiled, man. Like the stuff that we used to get, even the people on our ends that aren't like the biggest stars right now, like a Sierra, would get on that stage and take full advantage of that opportunity.
Yes.
There's no Chris Brown anymore. Like the closest we're gonna get to being entertained at an award show is if they bring all the people from our generation and put them on the show, because these new people suck.
Well, they did at the Super Bowl. So The
And
Super Bowl that gave us a little insight, and it was amazing. But you would think that these up and comers would look at that and let's put money, let's invest in our showmanship. It's called show business. Where's the show at, baby? I'd pay more money than for you to just come up here and stand on the stage and maybe do a little or twerk. I need more than that. What's up with it?
two more things before we go that I have. One of them is this past weekend was and Friends, and it was the festival that was held. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was held in Las Vegas. It was two nights.
Yeah.
It was like literally all the people who would have made the Billboard Awards a good show. And fortunately, though, what's coming out of that is that people were complaining that they were almost trampled and they were almost injured, which is the same thing we saw at that Travis Scott situation. Not actually, I shouldn't say that because it's not even close. There's over like 2,000 people that were injured at Travis Scott situation. Whereas this one, there were people saying that they were trampled over, the show wasn't stopped, and like there was no cold water for them. There were limited bathrooms. If we're doing these festivals, and I feel like that's what we're trying to move to in society, we got to do them right. And specifically, we got to do the urban ones right, because the only thing that comes out of Coachella is herpes. That's it. When herpes around, it's just, you know, the people catch herpes or whatever, but which is terrible, but they do. But when it comes to these urban events, it's always people are dying. Like, we got to do better.
Because I really think, and I hate to say it, but we know us. A lot of people, like, a lot of times when it comes to everything, it's not, a lot of us don't handle the business and really take care of the details when it comes to safety. And I feel like when your name is on the bill, like, that people are going to look at you. This is something that you should not be cutting corners in. And you could, who knows? We don't even know who they're hiring to put on these festivals. Because let's be clear, planning a festival, it's something totally different than planning a show at something like the Wells Fargo Center. And I feel like that could be one of the issues too, that you just don't have the right people putting this together. I mean, luckily we go back to and nobody died, but remember the damn Fire Festival and how much of a shit show that was, because you had a bunch of people who really didn't know shit about throwing a festival together and what it really takes. And look what had happened. So I don't know. It's just sad with people. Be careful. I have gone to a festival here or there. I'm not saying I'm probably never going to go again, because I probably will. But for the most part, bitch, I'm bougie. I need a seat. If it's going to be a festival, give me some passes to where I can go sit down and be away from the masses. It's just please be careful. And especially like with these kids' parents, please be more mindful before you just allow your kids to go to any of these festivals. It's sad what's been happening. But Dex, you had one more thing you wanted to mention?
Yeah, just this tip for guys. So if you're a man and you're married or dating, and you know, you have to live with the person now. And, you know, if you're a guy, like, you more than likely are always paying the bills. Like, you're always picking up the check. Like, that's just what we do as men, right? Some of us. If you want to save a couple of your dollars, here is my theory. This is what you do. All right. So when...
This for the fellas?
This is for the guys. Women already what y'all do. Guys, this is what you do. Ladies, close your ears. Don't listen to this. So, guys, when your lady goes out, right, if she goes to work or if she goes to, like, wherever she goes somewhere, whatever, say to her earlier in the day, hey, what you thinking about for dinner tonight? Or what you think about for lunch or whatever, right? She'll start coming up with options. Women love talking about food, but they never want to know. They never know what they want to eat or whatever. So at the end of the day, she's going to call you or text you or whatever, and she's going to say, what do you think about? And then she's going to name a food option. Now, you can't be picky. You got to take what you can get, because she's going to name something. Oh, what do you think about Chipotle? Oh, you know what? I could actually go for some Chipotle. I could do that. Can you just get me XYZ from Chipotle? She's going to get it for you because she's out. She knows that you're not out. She feels like it's her idea. Guys, it is genius. I got free food 3 days in a row last week. I am on fire. Oh, it is amazing.
Now, where's she at?
Huh?
Where's she at, sweetie?
I'm telling you, it is genius.
I'm pretty sure after she sees that, It's gonna be soup cans for you.
When it worked the first night, I was like, oh, okay. So then I was like, I'm gonna try it again. I tried, and then it wasn't 3 days in a row. It was 2 days in a row, and then Sunday, which was yesterday. And yesterday, I did so good yesterday because we were actually.
This what you came to the no. This is what he came to the group chat about and told us. Yes. Go ahead, Dad.
Yes.
Tell us about your finesse, sweetie.
Yesterday we were together, right? And she goes, "What are you thinking about for dinner tonight?" And I said to myself, "Oh, she's trying to get me." Then I said, "I don't know. I was really thinking about Taco Bell." And she goes, "Oh, okay." Then she goes, "I was thinking about Maggiano's." And when she said it, I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I was really just thinking like Taco Bell is like simple." She's like, "Oh no, it's okay. I got it." I knew what I was doing. Lightning. But let me tell you this though. Just before y'all start calling me broke or whatever, let me just say this. On Saturday, we went out with like one of my friends, like one of our couple friends, right? The bill came, and neither one of the ladies reached for their purses. Not one of them. I was like, this is why I do what I do Monday through Friday, because the girls don't reach for their purses.
So Monday through Friday, the bill. So the women, y'all spending more money throughout the week. Ladies, when dinner comes, get them motherfucking oysters and that good steak.
I'm sitting here thinking like I got over. Actually, maybe she playing me.
Yeah. Because I did she done did the calculations and the tally because he don't know. We eating good this weekend and it's on you, boo.
The restaurant we went to was called like, I think it's Davio's it's called, in King of Prussia.
Yeah.
The lady's like, she ordered something, I forgot what it was. The lady's like, "Do you want any protein with it?" She was like, "Oh yeah, give me the shrimp." And I looked at the shrimp cost.
Give me you know what? Give me 2 extras. Add extra shrimp to it, and then on the side, because I like shrimp by itself too. So put a little extra plate on the side.
Like, women are crafty. Y'all got fellas. You got crafty.
Baby, just remember, you might be the head of the household, but that head can't go nowhere without that damn neck. Look at Benzino.
Wait, I did do another finesse though. So I have this thing where I feel like the guy's supposed to pump the gas. Like I just think it's for me. I'm weird if I was sitting in the car while she's pumping the gas. So she's like, "I'm gonna go in there and pay for the gas." Well, I'm like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "I'll pump it." And I was like, "Can you give me a water while you in there?"
Not you running around with a wifey.
Then she said, "What kind of water?" I said, "What's the most expensive one they got in there?"
Yes. Classy brown cookies. Hey, Arlene, baby. She said she needed her lunch for tomorrow. Add the shrimp. That's always, well, you better. That's when you had, back in the day, you got them good ones. Oh, this is good. When the men be like, "You want to take some for home later?" You damn sure right. Give me 2. We eating for the week. Give me another entree, baby.
Like they don't got no more water. They all out of water.
They ain't got none. All right, guys. Just a couple things before I go. Happy belated birthday to my cousin Crystal. I love you, baby. Also, this past weekend, I went to the Cadence and the Clouds second event, and when I tell you I danced my life away, sweated. I remember I hit you and Brandon up like, "Guys, can I wear this? I'll put my hair like this," because I don't know. I just kind of had a feeling I didn't feel like blowing it out, and I knew I was going to go to the gym tomorrow. Well, child, it's a good thing I ain't blow nothing out or put a flat iron to it, because when I tell you my hair looked like a damn poodle, and by the end of the event, it was just amazing. From the 2 featured artists, Problem Child and Noelle, to the good eats on site. It just It's a vibe. So and my cousin, I did see it. I posted a reel of it earlier today. Once Instagram decided to not be shady toward me, they kind of still are, but that's a conversation for another day. But my cousin mentioned, she was like, "Oh, it gives like it reminds me of back in the days at the Black Lily," and I'm like, "Yo, exactly! It is a vibe," and I just feel like, honestly, since the neo soul movement, we really haven't like had that vibe in Philly like that. So it kind of feels like if you were from Philly and you know what that vibe is, just cool, chill. You're in a room with great people, great energy, great hip hop music, food, beverage, like y'all definitely want to come and pull up to this next event, and I will always be giving updates when they are. The next one should be in about 2 months. She's going to do them bi-monthly, and I'm thinking maybe next week Dexter will have the artist on. One of the artists on last week that performed. So we'll have them on so they can talk about the experience. And if you are an artist, a local artist in Philadelphia, and you're looking for a place where you can be showcased, hit up Cater to the Clouds. See what's going on over there. It is an experience, a great experience. And with that said, I know I'm probably forgetting some, but we'll get into it next week. With that said, yes, Dex, you put it up there. Subscribe, please, even though we're about to go, please subscribe, guys, to the Minimum Balance podcast. It can be found on pretty much anywhere you can stream podcasts, from Apple to Spotify to not on SoundCloud just yet, but
Not on SoundCloud,
pretty much any
Spotify, Pandora, like TuneIn, like all those extra ones and all like the popular ones, iHeart. We're everywhere with our.
We everywhere.
And we always say our following, it may be small, but they are engaged.
Yay!
And it's 3,000 followers or 3 followers. We're always going to say that because we appreciate you guys here. You guys are definitely engaged. We love you guys here, and we genuinely love the comments.
Yes, love you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.